Welcome to my craft table. Hi, this is Jamie Makerich. Welcome to Jamie's Craft Table. Today I'd like to show you how to make this card. It's embossed. And let's get started and I'll show you what we need. Okay, first of all, welcome. We're going to be using the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set. We're just going to be using this big magnolia. It's a nice big stamp set, so you could add a sentiment if you wanted, but I chose not to. I'm going to be using Versamark ink, embossing buddy, and gold embossing powder. We're going to be using a piece of gold foil paper, which is 1 inch by 4 inches, a piece of Whisper White, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and one of the gold foil note cards and envelopes that you would find on page 168 of the new catalog. Okay, and we're also going to be using this framelit right here, or this die right here, from the Delicate Lace Edgelets. And I'm going to start by cutting this out with the die cutting machine, and I will be right back. Okay, the only trick with cutting this out is you want to make sure that these points are pretty close to one edge, because you want this wider strip, because we're going to put ribbon on it, and we want just a tiny little bit of that to show on the edge of the ribbon. So just make sure it's as straight as you can. Put it on your foil. If you want to center it so the triangles are the same, that's good too. Put a top cutting plate on top and run it through your machine. Okay, that's it. That's all the waste. It's just this little tiny piece, and it's kind of cute, so you could probably use that for a bunting or something on another card. Now my sandwich was my platform, my thin die adapter, a cutting plate, paper, die, and another cutting plate. And there you go. You just need to run it with the die brush, and all these little pieces will come out. You probably just do it like that. Don't even really need a die. Anything else. Okay, so there's that piece. Let's get this machine out of my way. Alright, let's get started to the fun part, the stamping. What happened to my piece of paper? There it is. Alright. Put this up here in the corner so you can see it. Alright, so all we're going to do, first thing we need to do is do a real good coating with the embossing buddy. I usually forget that step, so I'm glad I didn't. We're going to bring in our stamp and Versamark, and we're going to ink it up really well with the Versamark. I do have a foam mat underneath, even though this is a rubber stamp, because I want to make sure I get a good impression. I'm going to ink it up again just for good measure, in case I missed something. Okay, I'm going to take the stamp. You want to jockey it so that it fits on the paper, but you want it up towards the top because you want the ribbon down at the bottom. Let's get it where you want it. Set it down. We give it good, even pressure all the way around, especially in the middle. Alright. Let's bring in our embossing powder. I've got 2 coffee filters. I just have them in this tray for convenience. Cover it with your embossing powder. Which you can get back in the bottle. Fine. Oops, I missed a little bit over here. Or did it smear there? Okay. Any place where you have powder that you don't want it, you just bring in a small paintbrush, or you can use your finger and brush it away. There's a couple spots up here. I must have a hair on there. You want to make sure your brush is dry, and I don't know if I have one right here. Okay. Now, I want to put this away so you don't blow it all over the place, or so I don't blow it all over the place. That's why I have 2 filters. Pick up the one filter, fold it up, shake it in, that way if anything falls out, it falls in the second filter. Now it's okay if you use clear in the same one and then use a gold or something on top of it, but I wouldn't use this one again for like white or clear or anything, because there's going to be little tiny flakes of gold in there that you can't get all the way out. Okay, now I'm going to bring in a cutting board so that I have a heat-safe surface. My paper and my heat tool. It has 2 settings. I don't know if you can see that. I can't bring it in any farther. The cord's short. Oh, it's plugged in way over there. And you're going to put it on 2, warm it up just a little. It is a little bit loud, so I apologize, but you're going to just hold it in one place until it melts, and then move it across the paper. The cutting board will help to ease with the warping just a little bit, because it does absorb some of the heat. Can you see it melting there? Once it starts melting, move it to another area, because you don't want to scorch your paper or overheat it, which would cause it to turn. It melts the embossing powder completely into the paper away. Like soaks in, and then you don't have that raised image. It's just dull and not shiny. It goes faster once the tool is heated up. If you're doing more than one of these, it would go faster with each one. Just run over and make sure I got it all embossed. Well, the end of that does get hot, so make sure you put it in a place where it's not going to melt anything. Alright, that's our emboss piece. Okay, Okay, next we're going to bring in our card. Bring in all of our pieces. Where did my piece of ribbon go? Well, I guess I get out another one. There it is. Alright, I also have a piece of gold edged ribbon. This is vanilla. We're going to take our piece of foil that we die cut. We're going to wrap it around. We want to make sure we leave a little bit of this gold, this edge at the top. We're going to just put adhesive. I'm going to use snail on the back and adhere that down. Let me bring in this so I don't get glue all over everything. This is also in the catalog. It's really nice for this kind of thing. Put snail on the back. The ribbon where you want it on the front. Fold over one edge. Fold over, pull it tight, but not too tight. Fold over the other edge. Okay, now we're going to put it down and we're going to put adhesive on the rest of the back of this and right over the top of our ribbons, because that'll help hold it down. Okay, then we're going to put it down here at the bottom of this card. Okay, if this is popping up a little bit, let's bring in our, here it is, our glue dots. Bring it. This paper piercer's retired, but I still like it. And just put a glue dot underneath it. It's alright if it puckers a little because that's where we're going to put our ribbon. We need those anyways. Okay, now let's put snail on the back of this. Bring in our card, make sure it's opening the right way. Center this on the front of that. Adhere it down. And I have my little bow. I already tied it because I have a hard time getting them to tie right. I'd stick it onto the glue dot. Make sure it's rolled over in the back. I'm going to actually add 2. Stick it on the top of our bow. And there you go. There's our card for today. It's really quite simple, but it looks very elegant. It doesn't have a sentiment on it, so it could be used for any sentiment you want. For birthday, anniversary, wedding, I think it would be perfect. You could just add your sentiment on the inside, or you could add a sentiment strip over it. Well, thanks for joining me at Jamie's Craft Table. I hope you have a great rest of your day.